Hey everybody! Welcome back to Northern Lion Plays the Binding of Isaac Rebirth. We got a win on the last run? I don't know why I feel like that last run was somehow negative. You know what? I'm gonna quit this Azazel run because we've been getting Azazel a lot lately. And I'll quit. Maybe this is when I random a character that we've randomed recently. That gives me a really good impetus to go for Eden instead. You know, a really good reminder, like, hey, we can choose our own character. We start with Nun's Habit and Magic Fingers here. Alright, it's this day, and RQHE. I don't really have a clever, you know, acronym for that. It doesn't really work. XJ44 sounds like a joystick that you would buy from, like, Sci-Tech or something like that. Anyway, an interesting kind of start as Eden. I would call this maybe slightly below average, but with some great potential. You know, the Magic Fingers item is one of my... We have a really good tier stat, I think, as well. Not super happy about that damage, but Magic Fingers and Nun's Habit are both maybe like... They're Feast or Famine-esque shop upgrades, which is to say, they can either be amazing or basically worthless, depending on what you get. Right now, we were in Famine. That's actually a pretty good return on our investment. Right now, we're in Famine because we don't have very much money. Nor do we have a spacebar item that can actually take advantage of anything going on with Magic Finger, or anything going on with Nun's Habit. However, I put that bomb down there, by the way, to try to pick up maybe some money, or even, God forbid, the quarter, but any damage that it did would just have been a nice little bonus on top, but unfortunately we didn't get any. However, if we get a lot of money, or maybe a spacebar item like, I don't know, Guppy's head, Tammy's head, box of spiders, basically I love Nun's Habit. This is very good for us, by the way. The Luckfoot is a nice helper, but mostly I'm happy that we picked up the extra cash there. Maybe we can buy a Spirit Heart and secure a deal with the devil. But I used to love Nun's Habit in all situations, and I guess I still kind of do. But I really like it in Rebirth for one-room charge items, or at least like limited charge items. It helps out a great deal in situations like that. Like if you have Tammy's head, or it's another really, like, Unicorn Stump, being able to use those multiple times per room if you take damage is actually a huge asset. So it's weird how, like, items that have not changed, you know, their mechanics fully have still kind of become a little bit different in the way that I use them in this game versus vanilla. Just kind of a little interesting thing, I think, at least. Like the map. I don't value the map or the compass quite as highly as I used to. I'm very glad that we got this. And they haven't really changed all that much. I mean, the map doesn't show you secret rooms anymore, but as pissed off as I might have seemed about that to begin with, it's not actually that big of a deal. And the compass hasn't changed at all, so it's just, you know, different items and different playstyles now come to the fore, as opposed to, well, we'll get high damage, we'll get permanent Polaroid invincibility, and then we'll map our run, and then it's basically how you win. Rebirth Rebirth, it operates a little differently. I think, at least. What do you think? I think we should, if all other things are equal, why don't we buy the half-price item? Little baggy. I hate it. We can hold 2 pills. I'm glad we got a pretty fly. I mean, it's the kind of thing, it could end up being better than being able to access tarot cards if we get a good pill rotation, but the odds of us getting a good pill rotation are not superb. You know, tarot cards on average, tarot cards and runes, I should say, end up being better than pills most of the time. But we could get super lucky and just have an amazing pill rotation. That makes me feel like Little Baggy is a great pickup. I thought we got a... Can't believe I didn't get that. I thought we got that crawl space there, but I guess not. We will look for our secret room, which should be on the left here. Like down right here next to the spawn room. Hopefully we pick up enough money to be able to buy the Spirit Heart and still possibly spawn a Deal with the Devil on the next floor, or Blood Bank on the next floor. Instead we got Odd Mushroom, which is actually lovely. Odd Mushroom lowers our damage. It maybe is a damage multiplier, you know, a damage multiplier that's less than 1 in the future, but the increased rate of fire, I think, makes up for it. And of course we're going to be fighting the Haunt. I'm not even that mad about it anymore. I don't want to spend any money if possible, because I would love to be able to buy that Spirit Heart to protect our Deal with the Devil interests, but also have enough money to get a Blood Bank. Doesn't really matter if we take damage here, as long as we don't take enough to put us at risk of, like, literal death. As long as we're still, you know, able to survive on this floor and, you know, have confidence that we'll survive on the next floor, then it's all good. Don't do what I did there. That's a play made entirely out of impatience. No reason to get... I mean, there's no reason to even get this close to the haunt to begin with, except to finish the fight a little faster than is otherwise likely, but... I do think I've got a relatively okay way of fighting the haunt. It might not be foolproof, but it works. We get blood clots. I would love to... I mean, blood clot's great. Don't let me... blood clot. I'm happy to have the extra damage upgrade. The range is what it is. Hoping that we can... The arcade is a lot less important than the deal with the devil interest, but it still pains me to have to do this. Let's put it that way. The good news is we've already fought the boss. If you ignore Fistula and Gurglings, we've already fought the boss that is most likely to really stifle our deal with the devil chances. So hopefully we end up on the basement on the next floor. We do have a key that we can use to access the item room. That's always, you know, one of the things you want to check off the list. It looks like we still will be on the chest. Or sorry, the cellar. Too many C names, you know? We got cellar, we got chest, we got cathedral. We got chorizo. We got cilantro. We got coriander. Pretty fly. Alright, well, I mean, I guess I'm glad we didn't get Anarchist Cookbook, and a second pretty fly means we basically got Halo of Flies for free, or, you know, for little baggy, maybe. Thank you. The pretty fly there saved me a full spirit heart, so I'm starting to feel a little bit less bad about this little baggy pickup. And in fact, you know, if we can get PhD... I don't think it's controversial to say that PhD plus Little Baggy, even though there are some quote-unquote good pills that are actually really shitty, PhD plus Little Baggy is probably better than Starter Deck plus nothing, which is not necessarily, you know, the ultimate selling point, but it's something. Something to make me feel a little bit better about it. And our rotation has seemed great so far. Mind you, we've only encountered one type of pill, but hey, if every pill is a pretty fly, I would still count that as pretty good, even if it becomes useless pretty soon. I would like to get that. We obviously will not have much ability to do so. I gotta get out of here. Okay, we managed to do it. You know what? I am more than happy to have spent all my money doing that, and I mean that sincerely. Magic Mushroom, all stats up. Okay, this item has been showing up like crazy. If people are getting mad about trademark Northern Lion luck, hey, if Magic Mushroom shows up for you, I know you're picking that up. Don't tell me you're not. We'll take our extra Spirit Heart just to be safe, and now it's starting to feel pretty good. According to the Isaac Ranker, you know, the site where you can actually vote on item versus item, and then it ranks them as the community feels about them, Magic Mushroom is considered the second best item in the game. Quite frankly, I think that's a little ridiculous. I think that overrates it a little bit. It's an amazing item, but would you rather have Magic Mushroom, or maybe I shouldn't ask this. What do you think's better, Magic Mushroom or Epic Fetus? Look, you might not like Epic Fetus that much, but what do you think's actually stronger? Epic Fetus, I think, is a lot stronger than Magic Mushroom. What about Mom's Knife? Oh, okay, I pushed myself out there by accident. Guppy's Paw. And, well, I'm happy we got the Guppy item for free, at least. I don't want to necessarily convert any HP. I think we'll actually just end up leaving right now, even though we've got a little bit more left to explore. We know there's no blood bank. Let's just move along. Get a little bit ahead of the game. And finally, a curse that is not Curse of the Blind. But that's not to say it's not a great item. But I do think that Magic Mushroom maybe gets a little bit of too much credit. And now that I've said that, it'll never show up again. But that's, you know, them's the breaks. If you gotta be mad at me for something, and, you know, judging by the comments, it seems that people do. By the way, thank you to everyone who tweets me and says, why is your community so toxic? I don't know, man. I mean, most people, I think, are just being... They're doing it out of some sense of irony. They're like, it's funny to make fun of Northern Lion for minute mistakes, so I'm gonna do so. I respect that. You know, I've been there. I make fun of Nick for the same thing. But then there's some people who, you know, they watch a run like 312, where I get some crazy good, like, anti-gravity Ipecac Death's Touch and, like, go full insane on that run. And people go, well, you got the sharp plug, but you use the Nun's Habit to try to get a reroll. Are you fucking legally stupid or something? I don't know what's up with those people, man. But thank you to the people who tweet, like, positive words and go, like, hey, just so you know, not everybody's getting super, you know, butthurt about the most minor mistakes in the episodes where you not only win, but also have a really fun time. I appreciate that a great deal. But again, if you gotta be mad at me for something in an Isaac run, and judging by past results, it seems that people do, I would rather you get mad at me for my good luck than anything else. But maybe I've already made a major mistake on this run that I just didn't know about. It doesn't matter that much. I actually, you know, people are always like, grow a thick skin, grow a thick skin. It's true, man. We've gotten to the point where, like, when people are mad about, like, decisions made in Isaac, it just rolls off my back, because I'm assuming that at this point, if you've watched like 400 episodes of Rebirth, and who knows how many of the of vanilla, I'm assuming that as mad as you get, you gotta like me if you're still watching the episodes. Like, especially when I'm pulling off 20 win streaks, you know, I don't think there's many people out there going, oh, I watched Northern Lion because he's so stupid. Yeah, what an idiot. He only beat the game 20 fucking times in a row, but look at this ridiculous mistake he makes, you know? If there are people out there like that, they have a remarkable lack of self-awareness. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, I just treat it as almost like, ooh, nice. I treat it almost as like, you know, the commenters are like your tiger mom, you know? They're your mom who, when you get a B+ on something that you worked really hard for, she doesn't say, hey, great job, honey, let's go out to TGI Fridays and have some, you know, appetizing shrimp. She says, why did you get an A+, right? You know, why don't you work harder? I understand. It took a little while to get there, but if you're still, you know, the love is still there. They want you to be better. And there's never, you know, even if you got an A+, your mom would be like, okay, well, like, why don't you get into Harvard then? You know, you're never going to be good enough, but you're also already good enough, if that makes sense, just by definition of the fact that they're still watching, you know? It's like, even if you got a C+, your mom would be like, whoa, what the fuck are you doing? But also, I still love you, you're my son. That's the way I see about it. People go, Northern Lion, you fucking imbecile, you forgot about Sharp Plug. But I love you. You're so stupid. Why do I love you? I don't know. I understand it, I think. I'll take it. I'll take it for the damage upgrade. I think I'm starting to understand it more, I guess. Which is that, you know, even when someone, to me, if I was typing in all caps, God damn it, I almost, you know, had an aneurysm when you made that mistake, I would be like, whoa, that's serious, man. I should stop watching. But it's actually just like a fun way of saying you made like a little mistake and I'm exaggerating about it, and we'll do the little dance together and that's fine. What do you think right now? I mean, we do have some extra HP. Sorry to go off on that, you know, very inside baseball tangent. What I'm getting at is, you know, I can feel the love tonight. Even if sometimes it feels like the love is a little bit antagonistic. It doesn't bother me. Used to bother me a little bit, now it doesn't really bother me. I'm okay. If someone says, hey, you shithead, blah, 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 you fucking idiot, blah, blah, you freaking imbecile, blah, 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 but they offer, like, one piece of actual constructive feedback, I think I'm at the point where I can be mature enough to say, hey, thanks for the constructive feedback. Maybe, like, don't be a dick, but thanks for the constructive feedback. By the way, I'm not taking Sharp Plug here because you guys are mean. That's the other consequence. Anyway, we took Champion's Belt for the extra damage. How do I feel about this run? I feel very good about our damage. Our damage and our DPS is crazy talk. Especially considering we're only on Caves 1, sorry. We are going a little slow, but that's okay. Guillotine can be great, or it can be terrible. We do have 1/3 of the Guppy items, so we're hoping to maybe get another deal with the devil on this floor. It's not guaranteed. And lately, it seems like it's been showing up a lot less often on Caves 2, even if we've earned it. So I'm going to have to be a little careful about that. 3rd Pretty Fly is awesome. Yeah, I mean, everything's kind of come up Millhouse on this run. In my opinion, at least, you know? We've gotten one or 2 HP upgrades, which is acceptable. We got Magic Mushroom. We got Blood Clot. We started with some decent items that, you know, maybe are not necessarily incredibly useful right now, but could potentially get to that point in the future. And our damage is kind of going out of control. We've also had really good luck with money, like crazy good luck with money. We didn't come down with this floor with enough money to spawn a blood bank, but I guess we'll just have to live with that. I would be looking to replace our spacebar item at some point. Not necessarily as soon as possible, but at some point. Yeah, I'm not surprised that that kind of went down the way that it did. It is still very difficult for me to remember that it's the body that has the hitbox, not the head. So, you know, on enemies that shoot out kind of like radial spurts of tears like this, I'm useless when it comes to dodging. I'll try, but I can't promise anything. But on enemies that fire like a little bit more obvious shots, all I have to do is parse my head as an orbital, and hopefully that'll give me the wherewithal to make this happen. You know what? I actually, as much as I think Magic Fingers is okay, I kind of like the idea of Lemon Mishap, Nun's Habit. Especially if we can get like a 9-volt associated with it as well. So we really want, yeah, our face to kind of get out here. I think I took damage. Took some red heart damage. Not happy about that. Was hoping we'd find our shop earlier. My face got embedded in the wall, thereby making it impossible for me to actually hit the enemies, which I was displeased with. But I kind of like the setup that we've got going on here. Admittedly, would be a lot better if we could just pick up a 9-volt to go along with it. So that we could use Lemon Mishap once per room instead of once every 2 rooms. That extra Spirit Heart is nice. Could still protect our Deal with the Devil interest when it comes to a boss fight here, but I don't have my hopes up too high. Now, the real test here is, do I want to use my head as an orbital to actually deal damage to enemies? I don't know why. Oh, so dumb. I don't know why, but I'm feeling the Krampus tax here. I'm feeling like we are going to get a Deal with the Devil, but we're going to get a compromise. It's going to be the Krampus tax. Nope, alright. Screw is okay. Tears plus shot speed upgrade. As I understand it, it's a little bit less useful than Torn Photo and Toothpicks because the Tears up rate is not that high. But still, it does give us a Tears up, so I will not be too salty about it. A little bit tricky to use Lemon Mishap again because we have the Guillotine. Shouldn't be too bad, though. It's our 5th cent, which is not maybe enough to buy anything we want from the shop, but maybe we'll get lucky and fight greed on this floor anyway. Pick up a Steam sale and then be able to buy whatever we want from shops for the future. Or maybe there'll just be a lot of money in here. Or, you know, a key and a bomb is actually okay as well. We're in a very comfortable position with respect to, like, all of our consumables. Can always be a little better, but... So I'm a little nervous about the overall chances on this run because of our lack of a Deal with the Devil here, which is probably, or at least potentially, my own fault. But I'm going to buy the Spirit Heart to try to protect our Deal with the Devil interest on the next floor. Why am I anxious about this? Because I always factor in one Krampus fight on all of our runs. We haven't had that yet. And then at that point, you know, we've already had one Deal with the Devil, one Krampus fight. If we just get like not a great Deal with the Devil on our next Deal with the Devil attempt, well that's pretty much it, isn't it? We might not fight Krampus, but you know, I wouldn't say necessarily logically speaking, but in all likelihood, we probably will. Not that a lump of coal, or even Krampus' head would even be the worst thing for us right now. I'm gonna make a little bit of an educated... I guess this would have to be the secret room, right? Or maybe it just wouldn't. I'm gonna make a little bit of a risky play, I should say. Wow. And, throw down... in the curse room here to hopefully get some more Spirit Hearts or another Guppy item, or, you know, I guess any item would help, but we are going to lose a Spirit Heart in the process, so it's not going to leave us with much of a buffer. Okay, we got Spirit Hearts back. It really, really sucks that we weren't able to carry an extra bomb in here because I was looking for the secret room. You know, that's a play that I would consider the mildest of misplays, you know? In what percentage of curse rooms do you actually end up getting a stone chest? Maybe like 10? I didn't, and oftentimes, in fact, I would say like 50% of those 10% of times, you end up getting a troll bomb at some point on that, out of those red chests anyway. But still, that curse room was well worth it. You know, we have a nice buffer now. Curse of the Unknown, a bit of a problem if we get hit. Probably shouldn't have used Lemon Mishap there, but if we don't get hit, we don't have to worry about it. That's my way of thinking about it. Battery probably not immediately useful, but hey, if there's any enemy that, you know, Lemon Mishap hard counters, I guess it would be an enemy like this, wouldn't it? I will admit that I'm a little bit regretful that I got rid of Magic Fingers for Lemon Mishap. I thought it would be... okay. I thought it would be doable, but I'm not necessarily feeling that anymore, but I'm very happy to take the nail instead. It's a little bit of like, you know, baby's first Deal with the Devil item. You know, it gives you a damage upgrade... well, for the rooms that you use it. And it gives you some extra Spirit Hearts. It's not that interesting, but it is, like, it's very fundamentally good. And I always feel a little cheap for taking it because it's kind of such an obvious item. But we might need an obvious item in our current situation. Oh, Goat Head is... it's a little late to be incredibly helpful, but it's still nice. You know, to guarantee us these next 3 deals with the devil. Not that we necessarily want to do anything with the deal with the devil on this floor with, you know... Book of Sin, Ghost Baby. But if we did want to, you know, now we definitely could. Maybe we'll get a Perth... no, we can't get a Perth Throw rune. Maybe we'll get the D6 in our item room, but then we'd have to get rid of the nail. You know, it's a complicated setup of systems and checks and balances that we've got going on here. A little bit of a, you know, Isaac chess match going on. A little scared here. Now, I really should pay attention, because we can do something that might seem not that useful. Oh, Sad Bomb's so good, too. We can do something that might not seem that useful, but actually could have a monumental impact on our chances of success over the course of the game. And that is taking enough money, which now should be conceivable, taking enough money down to the next floor to spawn a blood bank, and then spamming the shit out of the blood bank to get not only extra HP and extra money, but Nun's Habit charges for the nail, which could allow us to ball out of control on HP. So this bad gas pill here, obviously not that, you know, amazing, but it helped us out, and actually this is really good. So I'm gonna pop the nail in here and then crack these guys open, see if we get any useful, you know, black hearts or pills. Amnesia's not great, but then we also have our nail that we can take into the next room. Now we've already been to our item room, so we only have to worry about shop, boss room. Almost forgot to use it there because these enemies died so quickly. Shop is definitely something we do want to go to. And I'm trying to recalibrate myself to make sure that I'm not paying attention to the head, but paying attention to the body instead. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. We did it! Fuck you, infamies. Alright. I don't know if that's worth it. We're not necessarily, you know, key poor, but at the same point, or by the same token, I want to kind of keep it that way. We are hoping to get to the chest on this run, and to be honest with you, there's not a lot standing in my way of that right now, so I'd like to keep it this way. Also, you know, we'd like to use our sad bombs offensively, maybe. I don't know if I've ever seen this room, to be honest with you. It might be one of those rooms that's rare and only shows up now and then, but I can't believe that we're at this point in Rebirth, and still I'm going like, man, I'm a little surprised. I like the pony more than most people. I'm just a bachelor looking for a pony. Let's see what we got in our deal with the devil here. Right, it's the one we've already gone to. I think that we're still gonna have to stick with the nail, though. Nail's better. Not get too risky here. 4 skulls seemed like a decent payout there, and we got puberty. All right, well, I mean, puberty plus a black heart is actually like a pretty good return on our pretty good return on our investment, in my opinion, at least. And we actually have, like, now that I think about it, the guillotine is actually like a fairly nice addition to our defensive suite here, because we also have a full suite of orbitals. So I think this is an okay use of this. So we're kind of like balling out of control when it comes to, you know, not taking damage, at least from bullets. Are you telling me that I'll be able to dodge bullets? No. When you're ready, you won't have to. I don't have the best Lawrence Fishburne impression, and that makes me so sad because I think I'm not that far away. I don't have a good Keanu Reeves impression either, though, as you can tell by the current tone of my voice. I am an FBI agent. You see, it's just no good. So if we're going to the Matrix, I mean, I've got the scalp of a Joey Pants, a Joe Pantoliano, but he played Cypher in the Matrix. But I don't really have a I don't have a great Keanu or a great Lawrence Fishburne, and that's a real problem for me. Don't mind fighting greed here. I mean, you can see how good our damage is. That is awesome. Not really thrilled to have gotten the Steam sale. Probably doesn't make much of a difference in our overall chances of success, but I'm pretty stoked that we could get a blood bank on the next floor. Now, I'm assuming that because of all the black hearts that we picked up, our HP is probably pretty solid regardless. However, I wouldn't mind picking up a little bit more, and maybe a little bit more money in the process, although now it makes me, you know, regret that I didn't take magic fingers, but whatever. Pretty sure that this room can go fuck itself forever, and we don't want Ghost Baby or Book of Sin, so we'll just head down to the next floor. That was a situation where you would have to really love Ghost Baby to pay for it, I think, but hey, you know, you got the seed there if you want to try it out for yourself. I'm gonna this is like step 1 of, it's the precursor to my accidental suicide here. I'm gonna start using my head as a little bit more of an offensive orbital. I think it's a good idea. Against certain kinds of enemies. You know, enemies where we know where their line of sight is gonna be for attacking. I think I'm still gonna use a bomb here instead of the nail. Ooh, okay. Yeah, alright, well, that was definitely well worth it for Cricket's head. Our damage is just gonna be stupid now. But, you know, enemies that have kind of a reliable line of sight for their attacks that we can exploit a little bit, I'm going to try to use some orbital offense if we can. Our damage is going to be stupid now. Cricket's head is showing up all the time. Don't be mad at me for Cricket's head showing up all the time, by the way. I mean, I'm not mad about it, because it's great. But at the same time, I think they need to make the golden chess pool larger, because it's getting a little ridiculous. Cricket's head, infamy, Bob's brain showing up like every run. Fate, I don't mind it. You know, they're mostly good. Free abilities to fly, free huge damage multipliers. Like, sign me up. But I do think that it's contributing to the game maybe getting a little samey. Especially items like Bob's brain and Fate, which, you know, are a little bit more... They kind of define the tone of the run a little bit more. There's another tinted rock there. Found the secret room, which is not a surprise. That room kind of looked secret roomy, based on the room with the pill, you know, the you shall not pass room, but it's a pill because of our existing situation with Little Baggy. So obviously we do want to use that nail, but we want to get a full charge on it first naturally, which we can very easily do here. So we'll pop that down and watch out for that. And these enemies are kind of like the definition of the enemies that I wanted to use offensive orbital damage against, but this guy's kind of... I got him wedged in a position where I can't do too much about that. Man, a lot of not amazing pills here. I know we have... I know. We have that room already opened, but I decided to use one extra bomb because I'm a piece of shit. Yeah, I'm not surprised I took damage there. One of those is amnesia. The other one is pretty fly, which doesn't make a difference. Bad gas we can use offensively. Oh, this will be like the end of this floor. I didn't expect to find it so quickly. We might want to continue exploring because we are doing a nice amount of damage. It would be good to be able to get like another curse room or something. And of course, we are looking for an arcade if possible. Okay, PhD is huge. Although, oh, it's a range up now. Okay, and we'll buy this, and we'll buy this, and we can pay 7 cents for another pill. Let's do it. Bombs are key. Yeah, I like that actually well enough. Oh, I can see forever replaces amnesia. And we still got bad gas. So we'll donate the little bit of our money that we still have left here. That's okay. We ended up losing like 2 cents on that donation machine. That's not too bad. I'll blow this up. Still hoping that we can find this arcade. Although I guess it's not that meaningful anymore. That's another I can see forever pill now, I think. So that actually is awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit of an unusual run. I find myself saying that an awful lot. It's a bit of an unusual run, but a good one nonetheless as well, I think. Like, our damage is great. Shouldn't let that happen too much more often, but our damage is great. Little Baggy plus PhD should help us out a nice degree. Pheromones beats bad gas? Probably. I was kind of hoping for a demon judgment here. That's okay. Not very excited that IV bag showed up. What if we pop pheromones here? Yeah, that was beautiful. Okay, don't do what I did there. You know what? Hit me again, motherfucker. Hit me again. Thank you. So now we're going to be able to get back to the HP cap, but have the damage bonus on Mom. Mom, you should be pissed that one of your minions basically allowed me to scam the shit out of you like that. Obviously, we have a deal with the devil here, and we're hoping that we get a deal with the devil on the next section. There's a key somewhere in here. That's okay. We're hoping that we get a deal with the devil on the womb, but we have to not get a womb XL in order to make that happen. I don't necessarily consider that unlikely. You know, out of all the curses that we can get, only one of them would completely screw us. But we can also, you know, simplify things by just making it so that, you know, we pick up a great damage item right here. So we're taking the Polaroid, and yeah. We'll take the knife, and we'll take Sister Maggie, and then we'll take 9 lives to give us our 8. I'm just a bachelor, looking for a partner, Okay, basically, I made a mistake. I've made that mistake with 9 lives so many times that, you know... Oh, man, it is an XL floor. You're probably saying, how could he make that mistake so many times? Yeah, you got a good point. I outthought myself. I should have taken 9 lives, then Sister Maggie, or just 9 lives. It doesn't really matter if we took Sister Maggie, because it's not a huge deal for us either way. But what I did was I took Sister Maggie thinking that we'd be able to get the extra HP back from the Sister Maggie pickup by picking up 9 lives last, because if you pick up 9 lives, it gives you 1 red heart if you have 0 red hearts. Man, aren't I a genius? No, because we didn't have the red hearts that are actually necessary to pick up the item in the first place. If we end up picking up another Guppy item, it's a relatively minor mistake, but you can't have it both ways, guys. You can't say, man, I hate that Northern Lion becomes Guppy so much, and wow, what a fucking idiot, he ruined my enjoyment of this run by fucking up his ability to become Guppy. Alright? You're taking from both sides there. Some people are like, watch me. But anyway, I'm still very happy with this run. If anything, it's kind of, you know, a mistake is endearing to some degree, I think. And you know what? This run has actually made me respect Guillotine a lot more than I used to. I've gone on record many times as saying that I don't think Guillotine is a very good item, and I think the people that think that Guillotine is a good item are to some degree tricking themselves. However, our ability, especially because, or maybe exclusively because we have, that was very stupid of me, because we have a full suite of flies, I think I've found myself in a position where I can use the orbital offensively, and that's very nice. Triachnid, fuck off, okay? that's how it should have gone from the start. So we'll take growth hormones for the extra damage. Speed is, you know, relatively inconsequential. Gotta nail these. Long distance mom's knife shots are gonna be very difficult as a result of the, you know, obvious fact that it's pretty difficult to actually aim when you're constantly rotating, but hey. Or you know what, the knife comes out of the body, so the knife is actually gonna keep itself in a consistent position. How interesting. I did not know that. We got Curse of the Lost. The fact that we didn't get an XL floor there is, in actuality, not that bad, because the deal with the devil that came before it was good enough. Just by virtue of the fact that it had Mom's Knife pretty much exclusively, that made it good enough to not have to worry about it at all. 48-hour energy plus the nail, fantastic. Once we get a natural nail charge, we'll be able to get nearly to the HP cap, depending on whether or not we get hit in the process. And this is definitely, I mean, I should have called it earlier to be a little bit more engaging, but come on, this is a one run. No question about that. Especially considering we have permanent Polaroid invincibility every time we get hit. Might as well pop that. Might as well put this down. Head into the next room. Pop it again. I don't know why I'm finding it so hard to aim this. It is still the guillotine, but it's been worth it, right? I was going to say, why can't I enter this room? Again, just the guillotine in action. Yeah, why not? I mean, this room should be relatively easy. We can definitely afford to open that. Swallowed Penny, just in time, after we already have the Steam sale and have finished all of the shops for the floor. Or for the entire game, I should say, not just for the floor. Monstro. You know, the only way you can prolong your life is by jumping, so I don't begrudge you taking the opportunity to do so, but come on, dog. I guess we're just gonna take no trinkets. That's what I'm saying. You know what? We're past the prime for Judas's tongue. And we're past the prime for Swallowed Penny, so fuck you, game. I'm not taking your bullshit trinkets. How about you suck on my trinket? Northern Lion's Lollipop. Tastes like sweet lemonade. Nah, that's a little gross. So I took damage, but I also did damage and got my HP back with respect to the nail there. A very stupid play on my part. But it doesn't matter. It's not an unfathomably winning run. Like, it's not a run where a loss is literally, you know, it would cause like an international incident. But it is an extremely good one. And everything's worked together on it, you know? Little Baggy plus PhD. Fantastic. Guillotine plus Halo of Flies. Surprisingly good combo. Didn't hurt that we got two 1.5 times multipliers, actually, as well. Obviously, that's a big part of what I would consider to be my, you know, factors to success here. Don't really want to give that guy any money because I don't want his HP, and he predominantly pays out with HP, I feel. The knife stays in the same place. There you go. Kill one of these guys at least. We gotta move. I can't believe he didn't die in the process there. I almost want to get hit just so we can get in there and actually, like, you know, with one permanent Polaroid invincibility, probably finish the job. I will say that, you know, we've gotten an amazing set of golden gifts on this run, but at the same time, the curses have been a little, come on now, with the curse bullshit that you're throwing out at me. Curses every single floor, lots of curses of the unknown. Alright, prayer card, no. Tech point 5, very yes. Scissors. If you use scissors plus guillotine, I have no idea what the hell happens to you. Maybe you just hit like a singularity. What do you even... What does this do? I'm gonna take it instead of the nail, just because it's so weird. Someone had a great idea. It would obviously have to be hard-coded in. They said if you have Gemini... I think I've mentioned this before. It was on the subreddit. I apologize if I don't remember... Or if that I don't remember your name. Not if. That's on me. But everyone on Reddit's got a username like... You know, PM me a picture of your bunghole. So I don't know. I don't remember the names always. Unless you're James West, Tame in the West. And then I remember the name. Because I got to remember who I'm going to call. J-Dub and AG. Someone had a great idea, though, to finish this topic. That if you have Gemini plus the scissors, when you use the scissors, it's obviously a very niche situation in which that combination would happen. But when you use the scissors... It should make it so that Gemini flies around like he does when you kill Gemini on the normal Gemini fight. Kamikaze. No thank you. Kamikaze. Situationally OP. Most of the time it's shitty. Killing Blue Baby would be easy without the... Let's just end everything. I don't know when I'm going to use the scissors. I think I might save it for the boss fight, just for maximum, you know, what the hell is going on in this. In which case, I should probably take the nail from Room to Room, especially considering it's only one charge away from being able to, you know, give me another Spirit Heart. But when have I ever done what's good for me? Shielded Tears plus Mom's Knife, it's decent. Not quite as amazing as, like, a Brimstone or anything like that, but... Like, not quite as amazing as Brimstone Shielded Tears, because the knife has a little bit more of a narrow range of actual effectiveness, but... Tech Point 5, a great pickup for us, by the way. I hope that by now, not just from my videos, but from playing the game yourself, a lot of people have more respect for Tech Point 5 than they started with. I know I do. I thought Tech Point 5 was really shitty the first time I got it. But it's actually just, like, everything it does for you is good. Like, everything it gives you is just positive. And, like, pretty well positive at that. And we do have Sad Bombs. I would like to utilize these Sad Bombs effectively. To do something. We have a lot of damage. The Sad Bombs explode into knives. No, just really high damage, shielded, you know, radial tears. That's still amazing. Might come in handy. You never know when we'll need an extra key. And this is like the perfect room to have Sad Bombs on. Especially when all the enemies then stand, you know, completely clustered together. I wonder if Sad Bombs gives us piercing... Ooh, I really thought that would be the secret room. I wonder if Sad Bombs gives us piercing shots because we have Mom's Knife, which is technically a piercing shot in and of itself, you know? Maybe, maybe not. Monstro. Don't funk with my heart, Monstro. Whoa, I would not have ever guessed. At least from this room. I would never have used this room as the origin of the secret room. That is super lucky. Thanks a lot, Charles Darwin of the secret room. Well, we got 4 bombs. Which is actually kind of nice because we have Sad Bombs, but... Oh well. Could be better. Odd Mushroom is great as long as we never pick up the HP to fill the spot and ruin our permanent Polaroid invincibility. It's basically just a damage upgrade. I can see forever. Good for you. Now I don't feel as excited about that secret room play, but hey, you can't take that away from me. I found it normal style. Wonder if we can actually... we can't quite hit the final segment there. Wouldn't have even sped it up, because if we just walk to them, we're doing a little better anyway. But Dry Baby. Makes it even more difficult for us to actually get hit, and there's our boss fight. I have no fucking idea what's going to happen with the scissors here. It might make us, like, literally invincible. I honestly don't know. We're just gonna pop it like right here. I don't know. Let's just get Dry Baby in front of the body here. If we can. Yeah, that seems to do it. And then we'll just fire straight ahead. I basically don't know what's going on, but we can't take damage here, so that's okay too. Anyway, hey, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the run. If you did, click the like button. Help us out a great deal. And of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.